I've had an unhealthy interest in security for the past 20 years. I'm pretty much a jack of all trades. I've passion for lockpicking, social engineering, exploit vulnerability research, pen testing, anything really security related. So outline of my talk. This is an extended talk from a broken one I did last year. I was going to do a live video, but I chickened out, so I'm just going to do this video. I'm also going to show you how to fix it, which sucks. And this is a bit of a random talk, covers lots of other things, not just the RDP issue. So what have I discovered? Pretty much if you've got a terminal server, anybody who connects to it can bypass the group policy settings and run pretty much any type of software they really want to run. So is this a security issue or not? Majority of people I've spoken to think this is an issue. I've informed Microsoft, they didn't give a fuck, so I don't care. This is open by default on all the systems, so you have to actually lock your system down. And I have seen this in the wild. So let's break in, let's do something. So basically, do an nmap scan and try to find port 3389 open. You need a password account to get in. If you have no, bit of a problem, yes, awesome, let's go. If you don't have the username, because it's Microsoft, you can use, check the website, and normally the username in the email address is the login name by default from Microsoft. If you haven't got a password, you can remember the password lockout policy. So if you brute force it, it's mostly going to lock out. So you can try to social engineer your victim. You don't have to use TS-crack to crack terminal services. If they've got other ports open for Microsoft FTP or IMAP on, you can use Hydra, and that will actually break the account as well. Remember, the administrative account doesn't lock out. Going back to social engineering, if you do lock the account out, just phone the help desk up, and most likely they're going to reset it for you for a nice, easy password. So they pretends to be that person. So we've got a valid username and password. So we want to log in. So now the cool bits, the videos. The demo. So basically, I've got 3 videos. One's just going to show you the group policy setup. The next one is going to show you logging in. It's restricted. Well, that's the same one. Then you're going to show, I'm going to get command in about 5 seconds. Then I'm going to show you how to abuse this, set your privileges. And then I'm going to show you how to prevent this from happening. So the group policy setup. Hope this is right. So basically, this is the group policy on your terminal server box. So I'm just going to quickly just show you that it is actually tied down and locked down. So if we go to the Windows Explorer, you can see pretty much everything's enabled, so it's pretty much tied down. My computer is all restricted, so the hard disk you won't see. So that's also restricted. So carry on looking. The desktop's all locked down, so you can't access anything on the desktop. So you might not have a machine tied down this much, but it's for the demonstration purposes. Desktop's all locked down, so you can't do anything there. We go into this system. And if you say, look, we've got prevented access to command prompt, so that's locked out. We can only run certain Windows applications. These are, we can only run calculating MS Paint for this demo. And we specifically told Windows not to run Command, CMD, Internet Explorer, and Notepad. So that's the admin bit done. So now the cool bit, we're going to break in. Okay, so in my broken one, I did it from Microsoft. So from here, I'm doing it from Backtrack. So basically all I'm doing is going to show you restricted connection, what it would normally look like. So I'm using our desktop. We connect into the server as we were expected with a restricted user account. Login. So this is all restricted. So we run Paint, that works as expected. Notepad wasn't allowed to run, so that's denied. As you see, the desktop's pretty much locked down. So can't run pretty much nothing. It's all locked down nice and tight. So try Internet Explorer, yeah, all locked down. Okay, so let's break into it. Like I said, it takes about 5 seconds or as fast as I type. So you type in our desktop again, or I'll type it in. Space -s, which stands for the shell. You put in the %system root, which is the variable for the Windows directory. // system32 /command.com the IP address of the target. And it'll load up. We log in again with a restricted user. Let's put the password in. And just like magic, we've got command prompt. So it's all locked down. So just so we can actually run other stuff from the command prompt, we can load up Internet Explorer. So because we're using command.com, it's all in the short format. So if you want to see everything else, you've got to put dir /x, which will give you the short name version. So if we go into program ~1, I did videos also to slow me down from talking. So, go into Internet Explorer. And we can load the Internet Explorer, so we can run any command we want there from there as the restricted user. So just to prove that I can run any application I want, not just command.com, I'm going to log out of here and I'll do the same again, this time with Internet Explorer. So just to prove a point, so be our desktop -s, and then put in C program files. I'm not a fast typer. And then Internet Explorer. iExplore.exe. And this will just, when we log in, it will automatically launch Internet Explorer. Remember, Internet Explorer was also denied, so we weren't allowed to run that. So we log back in. So now what we can do, because we've got Internet Explorer, we can upload our payloads to this machine quite happily. Backtrack can either be, our malicious bot can either be inside the network or outside the network. So basically, I've launched the Apache server on the box, so 150. And within Metasploit, I've just created a payload called clown.exe, which I copied to the var .dub folder. So as you see it there. So all I can do now from my box, from the terminal server box, I can upload that to my machine. So I'll upload it. So I want to save it. Because the system is actually locked down, you can't access the C drive or any other drives. So it's actually quite hard to find a place that's actually we can save it to. So even if we try to save it to the desktop or make any change to the desktop, we're denied access. We don't even have rights to save it to my documents folder. But what we can save it to is the temp folder within Windows. Since we don't know where the operating system is, we can just type again %system root %temp/clown.exe, because everybody has rewrites to the temp folder. So we save that. So now we uploaded our payload to this box for malicious purposes. So now we want to run the payload, but you can't guess how we're going to do this. So from the window again, we just type in our desktop. I'll just show you the Metasploit. I've already set Metasploit ready to listen to it. So our desktop -s. Because we don't know where the folder is, we can just same again, just put %system root /temp/clown.exe. The reason why I'm showing you this is because you see in a minute that is it's not as simple as firing a Metasploit payload to it. You've got to make a few changes. So as it launches, you see here that the payload's been executed as you would expected. So everyone would now automatically type shell. If we try that now in this box, it fails. So we get a nice little error when I type shell. So it failed. If we type list of processes, you'll actually see that we're not getting all the processes. We're only saying lemonade restrict, and other processes seem to be missing the username. So if we type git system, come on, this should escalate our privileges. You would hope so, but it works. Cool. But now if we type here shell, we actually get a restricted account, so we still haven't got in properly. So what you need to do now is we need to migrate to one of the system accounts. So if we type PS again, you see it's all appeared now. So we can now, the one, you can't really see it because of my crap editing, but I always recommend to use the migrate, the winlogin.exe at the top there. It's the first one you come across because there's multiple on there. And if you use one of the other ones, it just kills the machine. Fuck knows why, I don't know. So just migrate to that one. And then, once it's done that, what? We do shell again, and we now got system. So basically, we pretty much run the box just to prove it. I would help if I could spell. So there you go, got system, and we've come out, we can dump the hashes, just to show it all works. Okay, so next. So how to fix the boring bit. If you had a bar, you could all get pissed now because you don't really care how you fix it. I was just the standard restricted user. So basically, this is how you would fix this problem. If you go to, see if you try to do it from here, I like to remember this screen because it looks very similar to the one. If you click OK, it doesn't work. It says you've got to enter a path or file name. So what we need to do is if you go to Start and we load up the terminal service configurator, you've got RDP TCP environment. You just got to put a tick in there. That's all it is. It's a tick. Don't know why Microsoft can't do it. But you put a tick in there, and you also might think you've got to put something in there, but you don't. Just leave it blank. So, like I said, on the terminal, the group policy, you have to make a change. So just to show that tick does work, so if we do our desktop -s, and we run Internet Explorer again, it will actually won't work. It'll just come up and log in as the normal user. Program files, Internet Explorer.iexplore. And when that gets there, come on. When we log in as the restricted user again, it would just load up as the restricted terminal service or restricted screen we're expected to be or locked down. So as you see, Internet Explorer hasn't run. MS Paint runs like normal. Notepad is not restricted, so it's just the restricted laptop desktop again. So just to show you again, so if I come out there, just show us it's a simple tick. If I go back to the other server, remove the tick, which is removed by default. So if you haven't seen that box and you mess around with terminal services, you're open to this type of attack. So just run it again, log in, and Internet Explorer runs. So it's just that single tick that actually screws you over. Okay, so now what? Let's fuck around with the network. Once we've got it, we can try get the local admin passwords and try that on other servers to see if it works. Because most likely it'll be the same password. Check for other services like running like VNC. If you've got VNC, it only takes you 5 seconds to crack the password. If you find it on the registry on your target box, and then you can use it to attack other boxes. You can use Metasploit to route exploits through this box. So you can actually set up Metasploit. So on that box, so when you connect in and Metasploit connects back out, you can attack other boxes within that network quite happily, by uploading payloads. You can actually see the video of me doing that on the website to just demonstrate it. We can upload Kdenable to sniff network logins for passwords. So it's pretty much game over. So if I'm on your network, what am I going to do? If you're an executive, you wouldn't have understood any of that bullshit I said before. So this stuff might hammer at home. If you've got access to email servers, I can access all your email accounts. I can send an email from someone to the boss to say in the game they've got a crush on them. I can search your emails for passwords because you receive stuff through clear text passwords. And you can use it on a spam server. If I find your internal network, I find your intranet site, I can set up some malicious payload on there. So every time anybody fires up the home page, that machine will connect back to my machine. Easy. I can deface to inject to your external website. How you can explain to the customer that you've been defaced. I can attack your external resources. In the previous slide, I said I found your passwords. Dave, which is Bob's European cousin, found a bunch of passwords that was for another company's hosting of email for websites. So I was able to, if I wanted to, redirect all their websites to another site. Or I can turn the machines against them. As we heard in the previous talk, you know, you can make tins of beans stop running. Or I can modify your backup. So it only backs up a single null file. The account manager gets all the backups, seems to be working, but it doesn't. I can come back in afterwards and delete all your data, and you won't know. I can attack your accounting system, make a phantom employee who gets paid. I can either transfer money or to an enemy. You might say, why an enemy? Well, I'm not very good at laundering money, but I could transfer somebody who I don't like, forgot the bank details, and then when they get investigated, they're the ones who are going to get shafted. I could publish everybody's pay slips, or change everybody's pay to 0, or overcharge your customers. What you're going to say to your customers that you've just been hacked and fucked. So your customers, if I've got access to your network, access to their network via VPN, I can steal their information, or I can block your sabotage access to them. So if I take down the VPNs, so you can't access the data, how are you going to support them? But what happens if I fuck all your customers over and they all phone up at the same time to your help desk? Can your help desk cope with all these calls? Who are you going to tell the customers to, oh, sorry, we've got other customers to deal with. We can't deal with yours. You're going to lose custom, so not good. So conclusion, forgetting a little tick and screw you over. Finding features, it's not just about exploiting code. If you get caught doing this, don't blame me. And that's my information if you want to contact me or check out my website. This information is up on my website now, so yeah, thanks. Questions?